Okay, so it's opinion time. And as usual, I'm probably one of the last ones who's going to be talking about this. I'm like one of those horses, you know, the horses that people back and they're about 3-1. And they'll say, oh, it should be a good horse. We're looking forward to seeing what this horse can do. I've heard the form is good and the ground's good, and he likes this kind of ground. And then I end up coming about 3 furlongs back and losing people a ton of money. Well, that's me. I am the nag that loses you money. But yeah, I always come in late about these things. I like to let everybody get their opinions out, and then I just come in last and talk about it. So obviously, you know, when I was streaming, people were asking me my thoughts about the Call of Duty multiplayer. And my answer to that was, look, I've already really spoke about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare multiplayer. There's not really much more to say. However, I will talk about the obvious news that has now been released, that there's going to be a new game mode. And that game mode is in multiplayer, and I'm sure everybody's heard about it by now. If you haven't, then I don't know where you've been. Maybe you've been abroad, maybe you've been away where there's no computers, or maybe you've been locked away in somebody's cellar and force-fed rice for a couple of months, and you've just been released and you wanted to find out the news. Well, the news is that there is going to be a new mode in multiplayer, and it's going to be exosuit free. So all of those exo abilities, such as super high jumps, super fast strafing to the right and left, and cloaking, and all of those abilities, is going to be out the window, and we're now going to be back to traditional Call of Duty for those who wanted traditional Call of Duty, and that is that. And I think from what they were saying, there's going to be a few, you know, game modes that we love. Hopefully most of the game modes that we love, such as Kill Confirmed, Domination, Team Deathmatch, and so on and so forth. And you know, people were saying, what do you think about that? Well, my feelings about that is, whew, thank goodness for that. Thank the Lord for that. You know, I'm still pensive about Call of Duty like I am every year. Obviously, it's hard to get as excited as I used to about 4 years ago. You always feel like there's going to be some sort of hidden agenda with the game, but to be honest with you, I am more excited about this now. It's very welcoming news, because I for one wasn't looking forward to the futuristic side of things. Let's just say I'm stuck in the past. I'm an old dog that doesn't like to be taught new tricks. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. I like to pick my setup, I like to pick my perks, I like to choose my kill streaks, and I like to get on the battlefield and play the way I want to play. Now, from the gameplays that I've seen, the game looks very fast-paced, and that's pretty good, you know, because I'm still into playing Black Ops 2. As annoying as Black Ops 2 is, it still is the most fun to play next to Modern Warfare 2 for me. So if they're going to make it a lot faster, then, you know, that's going to be fun for me. I'm going to enjoy that. The maps I've heard are pretty big. These are all things that I'm just hearing down the grapevine. I'm not really getting much chance to watch any of the bigger YouTubers gameplays, but you know, I've heard that the maps are quite big, but obviously there's a lot more fast-paced action going on, so people are going to get the coverage, and that's all going to be good. There are still a few things I'm not really sure about, ray guns and such things like that. The only thing I'm really confused about, should I say, is that obviously with the exosuit, such things such as melee. You know, the melee with the, obviously they've taken away the knife ability. It's now going to be a fist slap to the face, and you knock people way across the other end of the map with a bit of a punch to the throat or something like that. I don't know how that's going to work now. Does that mean that we just get the general knife back or something like that? And if we do get the knife back, is it going to be like the Call of Duty Ghost knifing, where you commando lunge forward towards people? Commando was back in Call of Duty Ghost. I can't believe people never talk about that. I played it quite recently, and I found that people were just teleporting towards me and obviously stabbing me in the face, and it was like, no, this is not good. This is like the worst commando lunging since Modern Warfare 2. But yeah, it's good news for me. I'm happy about that. And to be honest with you, I think that it's going to be the most popular game mode, if I'm being realistic. I don't think many people are going to succumb to the whole futuristic thing. I think there will be some fans out there that will enjoy it, such as the Titanfall fans and the Halo fans. I think that for them is going to be their thing, and they're probably going to look at it and say, do you know what, I don't want to be stuck in the past. I don't want to be stuck in the days of just rushing with a gun and hiding with a gun and doing whatever else. Yes, it might mean that there are a lot more campers, you know, in that game mode than there would be with the exosuit mode. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I am going to be glad to go back to traditional. It's as simple as that. Now, a couple of things I have seen. One thing I have seen, somebody sent me a link over Twitter and said, oh my god, Quickscoping is back, check out this link. And it sent me straight over to Optic Midnight's page, and there was a gameplay on there which was showing some Quickscoping. And I kind of watched that and I was like, oh no. Yes, the quickscoping is very, very strong within Advanced Warfare. And also as well, I noticed, I just happened to stumble across when I was watching that, it gave me a link to an Allié video. Now, I haven't watched Dalier for quite some time, and on this video he's like, hey, what's going on guys? Now this is some really exciting news regarding Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and this isn't my gameplay, this is a gameplay from a guy from Holland or something like that, and this guy gets a triple kill with one bullet, and it was like, oh, fucking what? That's back, is it? You know, getting these ridiculous feeds. One bullet kills 3 people, and, you know, people would be doing what they did in Modern Warfare 2, testing it out. Do you remember back in the days of Modern Warfare 2 on YouTube where people would play private lobbies and line up all their friends in a row and see if they could kill 7 people in a row with one bullet, and they would. Oh, it's going to be like that, you know. So, yeah, a few things still out there are worrying me, and hopefully Sledgehammer might get on top of it. I did notice that Optic Midnight was kind of... The funny thing that with sniper channels that always makes me laugh is they're almost justifying their gun, you know, and their movements. And she was saying things like, oh, it doesn't seem too quick to me, it seems balanced. And yeah, I think there's definite idle sway. And from the gameplay, it was like, there's no idle sway, bab. But they took a bit of a risk. They made a totally different game type. They took a massive risk. But in order to cover their own back, they've given us a bit of everything, and they've given us a bit of traditional, just for those people like me that aren't going to like the futuristic side of things. But I will give it a go, you know, I'll give it a go. Maybe I might succumb to the futuristic side of things, but I very much doubt it. I'm not ready to move over to the dark side yet. I am Obi-Wan Kenobi, my young pathwas. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay, guys, and I will see you later. Much love. Apocalypse done.